Hey guys, it's Brian. Welcome to the Awards Contender. Here is my reaction to the winners of the Film Independent Spirit Awards. The ceremony just wrapped up a few hours ago. Pretty predictable, I would say. We didn't get a huge shocker in lead performance or best feature or director or anything. Going into the ceremony, I had my obvious predictions and they all came true basically. Best supporting performance for film, that was kind of up for grabs. There were two or three people there I thought could win, but for the most part, I think most of us knew who was winning tonight. Train Dreams did very well. It won Best Feature, Best Director, Best Cinematography. Now, does this mean Train Dreams can win Best Picture at the Oscars? Of course not. Some years there is a correlation, like the movie that wins Best Feature, Best Director at Film Independent Spirit, it goes on to win Best Picture and Best Director at the Oscars. That's not the case this year. Train Dreams is in Best Picture at the Oscars, not Director. In the field at Film Independent Spirit Awards, you don't have One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Hamnet, Sinners. You don't have the big ones up for a bunch of Oscars that could win in those top categories. They were not nominated at Film Independent Spirit Awards. So basically, in terms of Best Feature, the only movie nominated there that is also in Best Picture at the Oscars was Train Dreams. So just on that logic alone, I'm it's probably going to be Train Dreams. My choice would have been Sorry Baby, that was in Best Feature. Sorry Baby took home Screenplay. That was cool. Train Dreams winning Best Feature, Best Director, very well deserved, especially Best Cinematography, which I still think has a chance to win at the Oscars. Best Cinematography, Train Dreams. Wouldn't that be inspired? I think Sinners right now is in first place there, and you have One Battle After Another. Those two make sense as well. So it's not going to be easy for Train Dreams to take cinematography at the Oscars, but at least it won here at Film Independent Spirit Awards. Best lead performance, of course, obviously went to Rose Byrne, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. She was presented the prize by her fellow Best Actress Oscar nominee, Kate Hudson, Song Sung Blue. Byrne gave a lovely, pretty brief speech on stage. She looked kind of nervous. It's interesting to me, she is in second place to win the Oscar for Best Actress. She won at the Globes. And in her short speech, she was kind of nervous trying to find her words. I found that very appealing, that she's not just all right, another award, thanks a lot, walks off stage. This season really means a lot to Rose Byrne. You can tell in every speech she gives. Yes, it was very predictable, but still an awesome moment. I mean, I did feel kind of bad for Joel Edgerton, Train Dreams, because there's not Best Actor or Best Actress, it's Best Lead Performance. I'm well, Rose Byrne is taking this. There's no way she loses. So once again, Joel Edgerton doesn't get to win anything. This would be a situation I would like there to be a Best Actor, Best Actress, because if there was a Best Actor, Joel Edgerton could have had a moment on stage with an award. I don't know how you feel about that, but Joel Edgerton would have won a televised prize at Film Independent Spirit Awards if there was a Best Actor. So that was too bad, but at least Rose Byrne won, and what a great moment. There's still talk right now. We're a month away from the Oscars, guys. It's still a month away. It feels like we've been in this award season for a while, right? I can't be the only one who feels this. It's I don't know what it is. It feels kind of long this season. I feel like the Oscars should be coming sooner. And it's man, there's another month. We still have BAFTA and SAG and PGA, WGA. I don't know. I don't know how you guys are feeling. I'm let's hurry this up. Let's get to the Oscars. I'm ready. Best Supporting Performance went to Naomi Ackie, Sorry Baby, a really cool win. She wasn't there to give a speech. I'm damn, this is her one televised prize for Sorry Baby, and she's not in the room. Hopefully she's just on set somewhere. She's working, right? So I adore that actress. She's very, very good in Sorry Baby. I'm happy that performance was recognized. That Sorry Baby not only won Best Screenplay, also Supporting Performance. That tells me it was probably in second place to win in Director and win in Picture, Best Feature at Film Independent Spirits. In some ways, Sorry Baby for Film Independent Spirit makes the most sense, to win those top two prizes. That's just me. But I'm happy it also won Supporting Performance for Naomi Ackie, very well deserved. Best First Feature and Best First Screenplay went to Lurker, which was kind of a surprise, maybe. I mean, you look at the other nominees, and it's not like there's an Oscar nominee there where it's well, obviously that was going to win. Because there wasn't extreme competition from a huge awards contender, I think that's in a way why Lurker was able to take it. A really strong film. I saw that at Sundance a year ago. If you had told me that was going to go on to win like Best First Feature and Best First Screenplay at Film Independent Spirit Awards, I'd be like, what? Awesome. I really enjoyed that film. Very happy for those two wins. Best Documentary went to The Perfect Neighbor, which as of right now, I do think is winning the Oscar for documentary feature. I mean, it's so timely. It's so brilliantly edited, put together. That's a really great film. Not to say that just because it wins at Film Independent Spirit Awards, like obviously it gets the Oscar or anything, but there seems to be momentum for The Perfect Neighbor. That one just feels right to me. And Best International Feature went to The Secret Agent, which like has a very good shot of winning Best International Feature at the Oscars. I mean, I think most of us know it's either going to be The Secret Agent or Sentimental Value. Because Sentimental Value did extraordinarily well, like got 4 acting nominations, it's in director, in picture, in editing, I still think Sentimental Value might win Best International Feature at the Oscars. But boy, The Secret Agent is coming on strong. It very well might beat out Sentimental Value in International Feature at the Oscars. That might happen. Like, it's close. I don't know how you guys are feeling. It's very close right now. A lovely speech from the director of The Secret Agent at Film Independent Spirit. Now, 3 of my favorite moments of the show. The first one, Best Breakthrough Performance, goes to K.O. Martin, The Plague. That was really cool. He is terrifying in that film as a young, like middle school age bully. He leaves a memorable impression. It's why a few weeks back when I made my video, if I picked the Oscar nominees, I went with K.O. Martin, The Plague in Best Supporting Actor. I thought he was that spectacular in The Plague, which is a movie all of you should see. I turned it on knowing nothing. I didn't know what the story was. I hadn't seen a trailer. I saw it had gotten in at Film Independent Spirit, so I took a chance. I had a screener for it, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I mean, it almost made my top 10 list. It was like number 12. Like, it was very close. That and Bugonia almost made my top 10 list. So yeah, it's an incredible film. All of the actors in it are really strong, but especially K.O. Martin. So to see him win Best Breakthrough Performance at Film Independent Spirit, to see him like go up on stage and give a speech, it was one of the best speeches of the night. He's not holding a piece of paper. He's just speaking from the heart. For this really tremendous performance, that was one of my favorite moments of the ceremony. Another one, guys, is that The Testament of Ann Lee, it won something. That movie won a televised prize, even though the editor wasn't there to give a speech, and that was a bummer. The Testament of Ann Lee won Best Editing at Film Independent Spirits, and I was like, wow. I mean, that movie could not have done worse this season. Past the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice, I mean, it's been almost nothing. It's been really sad. It's not in my top 10 of the year. It has flaws. But for that film to get 0 Oscar nominations, it's still, I'm like, what? How did that happen? I know it's divisive, it's not for everybody, but for The Testament of Ann Lee to not get into any technical categories at the Oscars, I mean, it's just wrong. It's so wrong. Weirdly, at Film Independent Spirit, it got 1 nomination for editing, and then it won that. Like, it won. Now, it's not up against like huge awards contenders. The other nominees were Good Boy, EFUS, Warfare, and Splitsville. You know, it's not like it's up against like One Battle and Sinners and stuff, but still, like The Testament of Ann Lee, it won a televised prize. I will take the win because I think this is the end of the road, right? It's not nominated at BAFTA or SAG or the Oscars. I think this is it. So, okay, fine. The Testament of Ann Lee gets to win Best Editing at the Film Independent Spirit Awards. And then my third favorite moment was the Robert Altman Award going to The Long Walk, which was my number 9 pick in my top 10 list of 2025. I adore that film. I almost gave it a 10. I called it the Stephen King adaptation of the decade. And I wasn't sure like what the budget of that was. I don't know if that factors into getting this prize at Film Independent Spirits. But what an inspired award. It goes to the director and casting director and the entire ensemble of The Long Walk, which is incredible. Francis Lawrence, the director, gave the speech, and most of the cast was there, except for Cooper Hoffman. He wasn't on the stage. but many of the actors in the film were there. And it was just a really nice moment to acknowledge The Long Walk, which really isn't a part of this award season. Has it got nominated like anywhere else, like in technical categories, top categories? I haven't seen it. So for The Long Walk to get this, it gets like a nice moment on the stage for the cast, the casting director, and the director. That was really cool. So that was my other favorite moment. That's most of the film categories. I'm not going to talk about the TV categories really. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about this too. You know, I've talked about this a little bit going back the last few weeks. Critics' Choice was the same way. It's like, why are there so many TV categories at Film Independent Spirit Awards? This was a show designed to highlight independent cinema. And it's like, we have these categories for TV thrown in as well. And I'm like, is it to get like more people in the room? Like many of the TV winners did not even show up. They weren't there. Like Adolescence, it won Best Lead Performance, Best Breakthrough Performance. Both Stephen Graham and Owen Cooper were not there to give a speech. Kind of awkward. It just doesn't feel right to me. I feel like Film Independent Spirit Awards should just be about movies. That's me. I don't know. You know, as long as the Oscars don't introduce TV categories, you know, I will just like, I'll be like, I'm done. In terms of the ceremony itself, like it moved along at a nice pace. Ego Wodum did not do a great job as the host. You know, she's trying. She has her monologue, and there were a couple segments where she's like walking through the room and showing stuff on the screen, and there wasn't one laugh. None of it worked. None of it was funny. It was extremely cringe. So, I mean, I really liked her work on SNL. She can be funny, but this was not funny at all. It was like, all right, let's get to the next award here. It was really hard at the very end. I'm like, let's wrap this show up, let it end so I can start recording. And then there was another comedy bit before Best Feature. Like the show is basically over. There is one category left. And then she takes like another chance to do like a 3-4 minute comedy bit. So I'm like, Ego, we're done. Like, let's stop this now. And another thing about the show, it was kind of like a running joke. The microphone on the stage where everyone is giving a speech, it was very low to the ground. So anyone who was like slightly tall, they had to bend over to give their speech. And it's like they have these really nice screens in this big room. There's nobody who can like lower or elevate the mic. I think about when Sissy Spacek won Best Actress at the Golden Globes in 2002 for In the Bedroom. And she goes up on stage, she's about to talk, and she's very short. And so the microphone is like way too high for her to speak into. And then it just like right in front of her, it drops down.
Woo. How does it know?
Like that technology was around in 2002. We don't have it today. Like there's nobody who can like elevate the mic and like bring it down and stuff. I don't know. That was kind of crazy because like every other person who spoke, they made a joke about it. They had to like kind of bend down to like get closer to the mic. I'm like, guys, like figure that out. I also thought it was weird having it be a month before the Oscars. For many, many years, Film Independent Spirit, it was the night before. It was Oscars weekend. We are all getting ready for the big show. And then the night before, you have the more casual Film Independent Spirit Awards. Sometimes it would be pretty dull if the night before a certain film won Best Feature, and then the next night it wins Best Picture at the Oscars. That would happen time to time again, as I said before. At least this year, we had Train Dreams win Best Feature and Best Director. That's not going to win Best Picture at the Oscars. So that movie had its moment here, and that was fantastic. I think it's kind of weird to hold this a whole month before, when for many, many years it was the night before. I had some issues with the show overall, but the wins were awesome. I really love that K.O. Martin win for The Plague. You had The Testament of Anne Lee finally take a televised prize. That was something. It's the end of the line for that movie. At least it won Best Editing. The Robert Altman Award for The Long Walk, which is just a fantastic prize, so well deserved. Sorry Baby won 2 prizes. You had Train Dreams win the top 2. And you had Rose Byrne win Best Lead Performance for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. There's no way anyone can be upset about that.